Hi, I'm the Space Quest historian, but I play other games as well, and I also swallow a lot. But anyway, welcome back to Kentucky Route Zero. We just had the weirdest interaction with the weirdest piece of computer equipment, I hesitate to call it that, XANADU here, which is kind of on the fritz. It wasn't making a hell of a lot of sense just a moment ago. Baffling control panels are sheltered from the elements with a worn tarp. A closet, yeah, we know all of that. So Shannon said, let's go and talk to Donald about this Lula character it mentioned. And here's Donald, so you've seen it for yourself, what's left of it. Pretty busted, says the always helpful Junebug, or Conway, is that the end? The chalky bones of a beautiful dream. But you can see what it once was, can't you? Can't you? There was so much more to it. Ornate labyrinths of memory, exhaustively simulated parallel cave ecosystems, real artificial intelligence built on sophisticated neural network algorithms. The birds in the forest could flock in 3 dimensions. The bats could learn to sing. And then it began to crumble when the strangers came. At first we only heard them, walking heavily through the caves, dragging things around, hammering and clattering their tools. Sometimes we heard working songs, never close enough to make out the real voices, just their echoes cascading wordlessly in the tunnels. Then we caught a glimpse of one. What did they look like, or what were they working on? What did they look like? They looked like... No, it's too horrible. Well, this is kinda creepy. I shouldn't be telling you about this. They're dangerous. They're strange. I should never try to outwit them. They were always too much for me, but it's too late now. If I'd listened to Lula, Okay, stop right there. Lula. Lula Chamberlain. Yes, of course. Oh, do you know her? Well, we're looking for her now, or how do you know her? We're looking. No, she's gone now. She left. We built this together, do you know? Lula, Joseph, and I. Lula is gone from here, but, he points across the cave with his pipe, still in there, in XANADU. So, Lula is inside the computer. I don't know where Lula is now, or maybe not, or how to get there from here, or how to unwind that damn tangled highway, but XANADU, before its ruin, was faultless as an oracle, a shrine to perfect simulation, until... but maybe... Those weird interlopers destroyed my XANADU. Perhaps they know how to fix it. So we should go and check out the dangerous people and, okay, make them fix it or whatnot. It may be dangerous. I've sent many eager seconds to negotiate with them to repair my masterpiece. Back there, that tunnel. Push back the vines. Crawl out into the darkness. Watch your step. After a while, you'll feel the terrain change beneath your hands and knees from rock to crystal and then to mud, and then you'll be out. That's where the strangers come from. Now leave me alone. I still have a bit of mould in my pipe and a few dreams left. Mould, right. Mould, yeah. Anyways, very serene. So anyway, what are we actually supposed to do? Just, hey, tech support? How you guys doing? Would you mind, yeah, we've got kind of an issue back here. Would you mind taking a look at it? Sorry for disturbing your eternal sleep. Oh, I have mouse control. Oh, but there's nothing to click on. Oh, shit. Okay. There was. Never mind. Assemble, Avengers. Well, this can't be right. Looks like an old church. Conway go, worth a look inside, or it's muddy. Well, let's just try and stay focused on the larger issue, shall we? I guess. I want to stay outside, says Ezra, because I have a bird for a friend. Oh, okay, you do that. I'll stay with him, says Junebug. Good! We can look for lizards! Okay, we'll make it quick, because there are no lizards around here. And holy shit, those were a lot of items to look at, but Shannon and Conway seem to know where they're going. Or they just kind of ran off screen. Oh, I control Ezra now. Okay. I sort of had the idea I wasn't getting rid of Junebug this easy. Okay, let's look at some headstones then. An epitaph is engraved on the stone grave marker. That was a hard one. Robert Bowling, generous disposition, will be missed. Below the inscription, a note is written in white chalk. HT8191T, fill date June 29th, notes of almond. Okay, Junebug, any constructive something to offer finding the lizards? One, but it went under a rock. I wasn't really looking. No, we weren't. Nice cover story, kid. Why do you dress like a punk? Do you have family? Is that guy your boyfriend? I really don't want her life story, but okay, I guess. Do you have a family? Well, I've got Johnny, the sloth on wheels. I've got you folks right now. Is that a family? No, it is not. Let's call it what it is. Junebug and the people she surrounds herself with. See? It means something. It makes a claim. It's specific. I want to be specific. It sounds lonely. It does sound lonely. Not for us. Yes, it is. You've just got to make choices and own them. You think I was born this foxy? I came off the assembly line about a half-foot shorter and all grey. No eyes. I'm actually an alien. They were going to have us clearing out the old mine. Doesn't matter what you look like under all that rock and water. A bunch of grey shadows shoveling and hammering invisibly at the walls, draining the tunnels. Well, that kind of sounds like the people we're looking for, doesn't it? Johnny found some gear and old tape. Oh, the miners, the ghost of the miners are the ones who broke the computer. An old tape player. We hid away. That tape player rings a bell. We found one way back in episode 2, I believe. We hid away in an underwater cave and listened to it over and over again, and we knew we weren't miners. We slipped out onto the road, just these two featureless shadows, and ever since that night we've been detailing, coloring in, specifying. I can't believe I'm saying this to a 10-year-old. I feel more like myself every day. I feel less like myself without my folks. I feel more like myself when it's just me and Julian. I think I should be a musician too. Ezra, give it up. Sure, some people are born into a family. Nothing wrong with that. Cool. So... Oh, hey. We've sort of missed you. Even though we were perfectly content at entertaining ourselves by looking at weird-ass fucking gravestones. There you are. What'd you find? In there. It wasn't... Hey, what's going on? You look flushed, old man. Well, maybe it's because of my glowing leg. It doesn't matter, says Conway. Because... Right, okay, we got what we need. I'm about done with people keeping secrets. I mean, the last time Shannon went into the mine, she was just looking at old helmets and just went, oh my God, and then just left and said, let's never talk about this. I don't want that to go on again. Okay, let's go. Act 3, Scene 5, 6, 7, 8. The Hall of the Mountain King. Okay, we've accomplished... nothing? It's playing chiptune music. I quite like it. Hello, XANADU. Should I be hitting this degaussing thing? Eek! Maybe not. Sorry. At end of road. Nice. That's not the barn we went through, is it? Although XANADU is making a whole hell of a lot more sense at this point. Okay, XANADU, what are you in the chiptune symphony to... Ooh. You are standing at the end of a road before a small brick building. Around you is a forest. XANADU is playing a text adventure. Okay, we can check out the building or go into the forest. Let's check out the building. Enter building. He actually is a text adventure. Inside building. Well, this music is less aesthetic. There's a microscope. You're inside a building, a storage shed for the National Park Service. There's a sensible modern electric lantern nearby. Get lantern! And Ezra just wants to go back to the forest, but no! We are doing this old school! Get lantern! Get lamp. I know it's get lamp, but really. In forest. I like this. I like this. This is a graphical adventure game telling us how to play a text adventure game. Nice callback, by the way. You are in open forest with a deep valley to one side. So I'm not in a open forest, but there's a deep valley to one side. I'm not gonna proofread an old text adventure. Head back south to the building. Can we climb a tree? Ezra, that's a great idea. Climb tree. I don't think there's much to be achieved by that. Okay, sorry. Head back south into the building. Can we dig a hole? Ezra, you're full of good ideas. Dig a hole. You can't see any such thing. Okay, it has a pretty limited vocabulary. As opposed to most text adventures. Okay, south. You're in forest. Hey, it's a maze, says Junebug. And then goes south, east, north, west. Well, we just went north, now we went south, so if we go south again, we should go back to the building, right? South, you're in forest. Lula is here soldering replacement components in a small handmade radio. We should talk to her. Junebug just wants to go all over the place, but we should talk to Lula. Ask Lula how she's doing. Hi, Donald. I'm getting the strangest interference out here. I've been tuning the radio's circuits gradually as we go, swapping capacitor values and tweaking resistor networks. It was working for a while, but everything I can pick up sounds so distant and muffled. Lula hands you the radio. Well, maybe you'll have better luck. You're good at this stuff. Just don't forget to give it back. Okay, so we've got the radio. Should we just keep heading south? I think let's just keep heading south. You're in forest. Joseph is here tapping with a small stylus on a modified pocket braille slate. A small grey kitten, no more than a few weeks old, dozes comfortably on top of his backpack. Maybe he has something to say. We type in listen. Donald, I was just transcribing your footsteps. Sounded like... Joseph runs his finger along the index card he's been tapping on from right to left. Long, weary song, drearily gone, dearly gone. You beat a melancholy shuffle through these woods, Donald. Ha! I've been noting down the sounds of the forest with an ear for speech and an inborn filter for poetry, I suppose. So maybe it's me being melancholy after all. I'm eager to see what the poetics subsystems make of these punched cards. And at this point, I am, really wanting to take a step back and try to figure out what in God's name this tale, the entire tale is supposed to symbolize or mean or just whatever. I'm going south. At edge of hole. Ominous. Very ominous. Hole has ominous sound. I'm not digging. You're at the edge of a massive hole. The dirt gives way to rock as the ground sinks into the darkness. The computer tied to your upper back slickens with sweat in the afternoon sun. The rope slung around your shoulder has slipped under the strap of your backpack, digging uncomfortably against your collarbone. These are all the items we saw out around the fire here. Go into the hole. Lean in a bit and check it out. Shine the lamp into the hole. Yell into the hole first to see if there are pirates. Ezra, I'm far too creeped out to be listening to you. Shine the lamp into the hole. Light lamp. Your lamp is now on. Shine lamp in hole. The lamplight only reaches a few yards down the hole where the rock is coated in a slimy black mold. Again with the black mold. The whole mold thing seems to be a theme here. You can tell that the walls are too slick to climb safely without assistance. Go into the hole, lean in, yell, use the rope to climb down safely. Yeah. Tie rope to tree. The rope is now tied snugly to a tree trunk. Down. Your feet slip a few times on the slimy rock, but you remain stable. Lula and Joseph descend carefully after you, so they just followed me. Okay, cool. And everything went silent. In bed quilts. This is by far the weirdest text adventure I've ever played, and it's not even a text adventure. I mean, look at that. You are in Bedquilt, a long east-west passage with holes everywhere. Joseph and Lula remove the computer equipment they are carrying on their backs and begin setting up. Lula says, that's the last trip, so everything's down here now. Junebug can set up the gear, or Shannon says, say something back to her. Say something back. You make an awkward joke. Don't be so morbid. Lula looks pensive. Okay, what is the gear that they're carrying? Junebug, that's one of the first sensible questions you've asked. Shannon, ask about the cave, ask where the treasure is. What's the gear we're carrying? Really? Sure, Donald, we may as well take inventory. I've got the tape machine and the synthesizer parts we borrowed from the School of Music. It's all tuned up to my voice so we don't have to type so much. Joseph has a slate and the punched cards he's transcribed from the poems we read him. He's got the typewriter and the paper tape reader. And you've got the CRT display. How's your back holding up? I don't know, a CRT display does sound pretty heavy. Okay, let's find out about the cave. Having second thoughts? I don't blame you. It's unsettling down here. Weird acoustics. Oostics. Earlier, as we were climbing down, I thought I heard voices for a moment. Or, not voices themselves, but the echoes of voices singing. Some kind of eerie, tuneless, working song. Oh, this again. Okay, God. Okay, either I'm witnessing a flashback, or this is some sort of, the living computer's recollection of how it ended up down here. Or, why are there ghosts everywhere? I'm glad I'm not down here alone. Joseph looks uncomfortable. Jealous. Why does Junebug say jealous? Okay. He's not making any fucking sense anymore. Hey, Donald, can you help me wire up these generators, says Joseph. I'll assemble the synthesizer, says Lula, but I could use some help with the serial interface if you have time. We're now tech babbling. Nice. You hear an unfamiliar echo from a tunnel to the east. You can either wire up the generators, or if we help Lula, she'll have more to tell us. Okay, let's go with the Lula thing. Thanks, Donald. I can never remember which color lead goes to which pin. Oh, sorry, lead. Goes to which pin. Lula begins unpacking a box of wires and terminals. Do you think there are paintings down here? Cave paintings, I mean? Maybe some old pottery shards from when the world was young and early men and women huddled in these caves, too. Do you know, I think cultural fossils are the saddest fossils. Sadder than animal remains, I mean. Okay, Lula is just off the fucking rocker. We might come across a petrified mollusk or a partial dinosaur footprint, and we say, there was a point of contact here where the body touched the earth, and maybe there's a little bit of evidential garbage, but the life that owned the body never cared, or has moved on anyway. And that's the end of it. You should send that into the Reader's Digest. But suppose I shine my lantern on one of these walls and I see a crude painting thousands of years old, 2 men and a woman. Why did your mind go there? Charcoal and blood on rock. Why did your mind go there? Someone put that there to keep something on the rock after she passed. A hope, a relationship, or a moment. A worry, maybe. A regret. A worry, comma. Maybe a regret. Never mind. She made a painting to keep something alive for her, but like that dead mollusk and that itinerant dinosaur, she had to move on. Whatever it was is gone, and now we're looking at this painting. There's no painting. You're just imagining that you'll find a painting. This dangling copy with no original. You are interrupted by the ominous echo of a grating scraping sound from the east, louder than before. Joseph, what the hell was that? Let's check it out. Right, let's just walk straight on into it. In tunnels. Nice wireframe graphics, though. I mean, not sure if this resolution is like 640 by 400 or well, it's kind of got the circular thing to it. You rush down the tunnel with Joseph and Lula close by. Well, that got kind of intense. Or, how do you like all this, kid? Nope, the kid is not interesting right now. No wonder they're still thinking about it. The tunnel narrows as soon as you find yourself crawling on your hands and knees. And soon you find yourself crawling on your hands and knees. Navigating the tunnel gradually becomes more awkward as smooth rock gives way to jagged crystalline surfaces. Scratches and taps echo from the end of the tunnel, some short and piercing, some slower and groaning as if dampened by water. The tunnel opens into a large room where there is mould. In crystal room. Oh, hello. Am I supposed to be getting this up close and personal with you guys? You're in a large irregular chamber. The walls, floor, and ceiling are covered with crystalline projections. Strangers are here scraping black mold from the crystals. They look up when you enter. One of them seems about to speak. Better run, or let's listen to what he says. The stranger reaches for a box he's carrying and presses a plastic button. The box whirs to life and a crackly voice blurts something unintelligible, then slows to a deep gurgle. I'm not gonna die, am I? He looks at his companions momentarily in confused disappointment, then he returns his awful gaze to you. Oh, so he's sad that I didn't understand his box. Joseph flees through a tunnel to the north. Bye, Joseph. Lula flees through a tunnel to the northeast. We can follow Joseph or Lula. Lula seems to have all the answers, so let's go with Lula. Lula's headlamp scans across the northern passage as you run. Soft shadows loom perplexingly from floor to ceiling. You feel around to distinguish shadows from crystals, but eventually find yourself cornered. You've hit a dead end. Who are they? I can comfort her, or let's find a way out. Let's just find a way out. That's not a verb. Escape is not a verb it recognizes. Look for escape. You can't see any such thing. Listen, I think they've gone back to work. They seem strange somehow. Maybe they've forgotten about us. Alright, let's try to pass them quickly now. Don't make eye contact. Then we'll find our way back to the equipment. So we sneak back in bedquilts. You're in bedquilts once again. Lula is here, panting for breath. Did they follow us? Where's Joseph? May as well wait or search for him. Or the whole... Oh, she seems pretty scared. Well, duh. Yeah, let's just wait for it. Time passes. Lula nervously runs her hand along a vein in the cave wall. Okay, let's go find him. I only understood you as far as wanting to search. We have to be more specific. Search with the equipment, or back outside, or down one of the tunnels. Look, with the equipment. Okay, search equipment. The various computer and audio equipment casts angular shadows into the tunnels as you scan slowly across the pile. Nothing. Back outside. You grab hold of the rope and slowly climb up. Your days lecturing on esoteric computer science topics did not prepare you to escape walls with rope. Cave walls. Your evenings gathered with friends to roll dice and consult fancifully illustrated charts, however, prepared you for the likelihood that this climb could end badly, because you have no arm muscles. You carefully descend back into the cave. Joseph suddenly emerges from one of the tunnels. That damn sound, those damn voices. I don't even know what direction I was running. I wove through that network of tunnels. I ran my hand along the wall, always turning left, but every turn and every rock felt the same. For all I knew, I was running in circles. Finally, I ended up here. And I hid. I panicked. I heard you talking, but I didn't think I could trust my senses. But listen, there's one thing I have to tell you. While I was out there lost in the tunnels and caves, I came across the Zero, and I had no idea. The Zero, eh? It's like a real place. They pick up garbage, they deliver mails, they go to work and to church, but it has an awful kind of emptiness. As opposed to real-life suburbia, I guess. Wandering through it, I heard horrible echoes. Weird images got burned in my mind's eye. A television, a scarecrow, a crystal, a feather, a sandwich, a CRT monitor, a bottle, an anchor. All things we've encountered, by the way. Lula looks down at her feet. We should ask him more about that, or what's up with Lula? Yeah, I want to know more about the things. Ask Joseph about the Zero. Donald, you've heard the same damn stories I have, but it's different. It doesn't matter now, damn it. I'm leaving to hell with all of it. We should stop him, get him back on track. Divert Joseph's attention. You shout something at Joseph about the project you're working on together. You'll die in these damn cold caves, shouts Joseph, with his arm raised and clenched. Fist clenched, not arm. And what about those men? You know they'll come back. Well, they didn't seem that evil. They had a box and it wanted to talk to us. Anyway, tell them we can find somewhere to start a fire. We can hide from the strangers. Come on. Suggest finding a hiding place. You shout something at Joseph about going deeper into the caves. Did you hear their voices? They're not human. Or they'll find you, but not me. I'm going back to the surface. Stop! Your stupid fight is ringing through the whole damn cave. Joseph is right. We can't stay here. I'm leaving too, but I'm not going back to the surface. I'm taking my station wagon. I'm heading down the zero. Let's not let us leave us here, says Junebug, and I think she's right. Get Lula's attention. You plead with Lula about your continued collaboration. I'll send you this tape when I'm done recording. I'll put it in the mail, and then you can see what your damn machine does with it. Lula and Joseph have left. Bye. You fuckers. So now I'm stuck down here in the tunnels. Great. By myself. Abandoned by your collaborators, your confidants, your companions, the only two among your colleagues with whom you've ever trusted the gift of your friendship. Pretty thick. Sounds like Weirdo had his heart broken. You wander the tunnels alone, dragging along the components of your unrealized masterpiece, combing the underground passages for a new site in which to realize your vision. What is my vision? Junebug, always with a chipper remark, says, sounds like a genius. How do you mean? Wordy or vain? Well, wordy. Let's go with wordy. I had a guy come into the shop once with a bunch of old radios and computers and stuff. Real junk. I think he collected... Shannon, where are you going with this? Anyway, it was all broken. He asked me if I could get the tubes out and clean them up, the vacuum tubes. So I pulled every vacuum tube I could find and threw the rest out and went over them with some rubbing alcohol and cleaned the leads. I used some nail polish from above the glass. I did a pretty good job. What do you want, a fucking medal? He came back in the next day and I laid it out all on a towel for him so he could check it out. I got the towel from my aunt. Oh my god, man. Shannon. And I like everything with it. It's really kind of nice, you know. It's red and has this gold embroidery around the edges. I don't give a shit. Where are you going with this? I guess it was a little too nice. The guy got all excited by the presentation, kind of circled around and observed each tube from a distance, moving his head in weird quick bobs like a pigeon. Or like a circus seal. And then he just started lecturing at nobody in particular about the history of vacuum tubes. You mean like you're doing now? He talked for an hour. We went on a few dates, but nothing really came of it. Turns out he was kind of boring. Shannon, seriously? Are you like having a psychosis? Hall of the Mountain King. Well, by golly, that's where we are right now. What happens if I hit this? I guess I shouldn't do that. After what may have been years, you stumble out of the tunnel into a cavernous open space. Stalactites adorn the ceiling like grotesques. In the center of the room is an enormous rocky spire. This is where you will set up your equipment and establish your legacy. And this just suddenly turned into Hitchhiker's Guide, the TV series. Now is the time to continue your work. Research assistance, 0. Realism index, 37%. Romance index, minus, okay, 2%. Mold coverage, 0%. You may hire a new research assistant, assign assistants to a task, or sleep until tomorrow. Well, this just took a turn from text adventure to RPG, so I am going to leave the episode here. We will be back with XANADU and more Zanny craziness for the next episode. Until then, whatever orbit you're in, please like, subscribe, do whatever the hell you kids do. Just stop messing around with old computers, but do leave me a comment on this computer. I mean, the one you're sitting at, not mine. Just please don't come in and steal my computer. Anyway, I'm rambling because this game is weirding me the fuck out as usual. Do leave me comments. I love the comments. And I'll see you around for more weirdness on Kentucky Fried Zero around the Chrono stream.